Hello, Rebel, and welcome back to my life, and to Rhea's life. Say hi, Rhea.
Hi.
This is Rhea Newton. She's an Underrealm author and a generally awesome person. If you're a patron of mine, you will have seen her in a special patron-exclusive video that was released on Monday, but I wanted to introduce her to the rest of you. How excited are you to be here in America for the first time, I might add?
I mean, America's a place. I'm very excited to be here with my friend.
Oh, that means so much. Because we've known each other online since 2014.
Yep.
And had one video chat.
No,
two. Two. One was a drinking game. That was a blast.
Mm.
At 10 in the morning for me because England time zones are a thing. So on Monday's video, we opened up to some questions from my patrons. But today, I had my very own list of questions that I wanted to ask you. So this is going to be an Underrealm author Q&A that actually has very little to do with being an Underrealm author. Our first question comes from Jeff from Montana. All right, first question is, if you could go anywhere in America, where would you go?
Here?
Really?
Well, I mean, like...
it's nice. I like living here.
What other reason do I have to go anywhere else? I've told you this before, and don't take this the wrong way, but I'm only coming to America to visit this family. No offense, guys, but...
Full offense, guys. I will imply offense on her behalf.
I would like to see the Pacific Northwest properly.
Okay.
Like the fjords and stuff.
Do we have fjords in the Pacific Northwest?
Well, in Canada.
Related question, but expanding scope a little bit. Where do you most want to travel in all the world?
I want to see more of Europe. Like, I feel like I haven't seen enough of it, despite the fact that I've been there for most of my life.
Yeah.
I want to see more of it. Poland, Finland, Sweden. Would love to go to Norway. Would love to see Bulgaria. Would love to see Romania. I really want to see Korea.
Really?
I wouldn't mind seeing Japan as well.
Yeah.
Why is that a surprise?
Most people I've talked to who want to go visit someplace in East Asia, like Japan's number one on the list.
Yeah, but come on, I'm an esports fan, aren't I?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Huge Overwatch player. Okay, this question actually comes from Megan, who has all of the best questions. And it's a really simple one. Should be a very simple answer. What made you want to be a writer?
Megan.
Am I to understand correctly that Megan made you want to be a writer?
I don't think there was any one point in my life where I just, I feel like it's just something that I've always done. Then you asked me to write for Underrealm, and I just thought, oh, cool.
Wait, was that your first professional writing?
Yeah.
So the answer to what made you decide to be a writer is me.
Trying to take credit for everything.
Oh, it's the narcissism. It's a hell of a drug. All right, what's your favorite book series? I actually know the answer to this one, but I can't wait to hear the explanation. All right, we're going to say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, The Witcher series. Yes, I knew it!
It's just got everything I want in a fantasy series, I guess. It's got really good characters.
What separates it out from other fantasy that you've read?
It's got a really interesting style, I suppose, that I really enjoy. The way it's written. It does this thing that I've kind of copied a little bit and adapted a little bit, where it has these really long chapters. So it has like passages that are 4,000, 6,000 words long, and then it has passages that are literally 50 words long or something like that, or even less. And like...
So that's where you got that from. I have an author to punch. So Rhea also happens to be one of the writers on the mod Beyond Skyrim, which is a pretty awesome, very professional mod. So in honor of that, what's your favorite Skyrim character you've ever created? No pressure. Pick your favorite child.
I am one of those people that makes like 20 characters for every situation, and never gets any of them past like level 10. Which my favorite character is probably like one of my earliest ones, where I just made a badass like Dragonborn and sided with the Stormcloaks.
What was your race in...
It was a Nord. It was a Nord woman. Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like when you first go into the game, when I first go into a game like that, I always try and like play with the... Like I always try and do the most like immersive, themed experience I can. So I was like, well, I'm going to do the Dragonborn, and I'm going to... And it just felt like the Dragonborn would side with the Stormcloaks.
Full disclosure, I sided with them in literally every playthrough, and then one time I started to side with the Imperials, and I was like, this is awful!
But then there's also the issue of racism in the Stormcloak army.
Are they really?
You know, when you go to Windhelm, and like the Dunmer are, or the Dark Elves are like segregated into a certain part of the city.
I was not very woke when I was playing Skyrim, apparently.
Yeah, no, to be fair.
To be fair...
When I first played it,
One Letterkenny watcher out there just went, ooh, what would you name your debut music album?
Depends what kind of music it would be, I suppose.
Oh, come on now. You know what kind of music it would be.
Do I?
So you'd release 2 albums, one after the other,
Would it be
wildly different from each other, and you'd confuse everybody who bought the first one.
You don't have to add the weird in, though.
Okay,
Just because it's from another country.
British pop... Oh, okay, but the Arctic Monkeys are not just British pop rock. They are specifically weird British pop rock. And so is Enter... What's it called?
Enter Shikari.
Enter Shikari. Really good band, by the way.
Yeah, I got him into that, which is...
But weird.
Weird? Oh, no,
Weird.
I fully admit that they are very weird.
And then your second album would be epic fantasy orchestral music.
So the first album would obviously be called something very vague and metaphorical to the point where it's almost like it's a metaphor so far up its own arse it doesn't make any sense.
That would be the album title.
Yeah.
That's the actual album title.
Probably.
Printed across the whole thing.
Yeah, people really like to make obnoxiously
With
long
just a
titles
picture
sometimes.
of your earlobe is the actual image.
Yeah.
That's the...
Or like a stylized earlobe, yeah. And then the fantasy orchestral thing would be some fantasy word from a conlang that nobody can read. And it'd be like the strings of Lothlaria or whatever, or something like that.
A place so powerful, its name alone contained 15 apostrophes.
Yeah, I've seen that joke on the internet as well.
If you were a Microsoft Office program, which one would you be? We're asking the hard-hitting questions today.
Word. I mean, that's the stereotypical answer, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the expected answer. Word.
Think so?
Microsoft Word. Haven't changed in like 10 years. Very white.
I think I'd be Microsoft Excel, which is like a pretty good balance between form and functionality. And it used to be a lot better than it is now. All right, this is a two-part question. Part one, would you rather have as a pet one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
One horse-sized duck, 100%, because it's one thing to look after. I don't have to look after 100 different things. I don't want any pets.
Now...
Can I just say neither?
No.
Okay, well then one horse.
You're being saddled with one of these two options.
One horse-sized duck. Then.
Okay. However...
And then I'd probably get it euthanized.
It
wouldn't float.
All right. Now, part two of the question. Which would you rather fight?
I thought you were going to say
Oh, no! Jesus Christ!
I don't know, 100 duck-sized things, quite a lot of little
But
things.
they're horses.
To be fair, what would they really do?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd punt the crap out of some duck-sized horses. We do have a few bonus questions from patrons who couldn't get their questions answered in Monday's video. So first, from That Ninja. Is Garrett really just like that all the time? And how do you cope with it?
Yeah.
I really am. That is a consistent piece of feedback. Is like, you're really like that, aren't you?
It's not a persona, let's put it that way. Like that he puts on for the YouTube videos.
All right. Less serious question from That Ninja. Oh, wait, That Ninja, this is a much more serious question. Oh, God, and now I have to ask it. Okay, also from That Ninja, less serious question. What's your favorite aspect of working within Underrealm?
Getting to create lore. It's like my favorite thing to do anyway. I love the world building.
That's my favorite thing for you to do, and for all the authors.
I love world building, everybody. I think that's most people's favorite part, right? The bit
Not
before
me.
you actually write.
No.
Okay.
Oh, God, not me.
My favorite part. I could do it all day. And just him just being like, oh yeah, Hedgemond, why don't you just do that?
Make that kingdom. That's your kingdom now.
And I'm like, okay, cool, that's my place now. I can do whatever I want there. And I've had a lot of fun with it.
Well, within reason.
Well, almost anything I want. You know, he wouldn't let me have the flying saucers, but...
I could, yeah, no. Have to keep some sort of consistency. Jess asks, how does your writing process compare to Garrett's? I don't even know the answer to that question.
It's much slower. He's a bit of a machine, isn't he?
I haven't written anything in months, which is why that's so funny.
Well, no, but when was the last time I finished a novel?
Yeah, okay, fair.
In all seriousness, I tend to do less outlining.
I feel like your outlines were good, though.
Really? They're not the same level as his, though.
No, for
and
sure. Nobody outlines like I do.
And I've also outlined more, just so that he's on the same page. That's part of working collaboratively, though.
Right.
I would do that anyway. Yeah. Whereas a lot of the time, I just tend to have ideas and run with them, which gives me a lot of headaches in the long run.
A little bit harder in the editing process.
Yeah, because then a lot of the time I'm just like, tear it all down, start again. So when's Hellskin coming out, Garrett?
June? Maybe we're going for July. That's the current goal.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
You heard it here first, folks.
But you heard a guess. It's tentative. We're not holding anybody to anything that they say here.
I'll make sure it gets done.
All right. Also from Jess, which of your Underrealm characters would win in a staring contest against each other?
Nyala's only got one eye.
She's fucking intimidating, though.
Rhea Drain. Nah, he'd lose. Tatiana's not that
confrontational.
Not that confrontational.
Yeah.
And Rafad.
Ooh, Nyala against Rafad.
Rafad's pretty stoic.
He is.
So I think that would be the matchup. That would be like the finals.
Yeah.
But I don't know who would win.
My money's on Nyala.
Probably.
Yeah. You're esports commentating a staring match between your own fictional characters and my fictional world. I think we've reached peak nerd. I think we did it, Reddit.
It doesn't even go on Reddit.
I don't go on Reddit. I don't spend time there. That is all the questions I've got for you today. Thank you so much for putting up with this. I know it can be a bit of a drain sometimes.
It's all right. I'm not much of a vlogger, so I just kind of sit here and do my thing, and he makes a video out of it. So
I do. You should go check out Rhea's incredible stories, The Night of Two Kings and Blood on the Snow. Links to both of those in the description below. If you want to see the awesome questions that were asked in Monday's Patreon-exclusive video, check out my Patreon. It is in the link down below in the description. Also, the awesome artwork you're seeing on the screen right now is by Felix. Go track him down on social media and check out all of his great stuff. We like Felix a lot around here. Thank you again to Rhea for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Friday. Bye!